Good day, viewers. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we have a story that has captured the attention of the entire nation. And frankly, it's one that will keep you glued from start to finish. If you haven't already, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on breaking news and real-time updates as they happen. On October 27, 2025, in a dramatic session at the Federal High Court in Abuja, Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, made a shocking move that left everyone in the courtroom speechless. He stood before Justice James Omotosho and boldly announced that he would not be presenting a defense in his ongoing terrorism trial. That's right. He declared that there is no law in Nigeria that could justify the charges against him. This decision immediately sent shockwaves through the courtroom, the nation, and even international observers. To understand why this is such a big deal, let's step back a little. Nnamdi Kanu has been at the center of a very complex and highly sensitive situation in Nigeria. His organization, IPOB, advocates for the secession of southeastern Nigeria, a region primarily inhabited by the Igbo people. This is not a new conflict. The roots of this movement go back to the 1937 Biafran War, which devastated the nation. Since his initial arrest in 2015, Kanu has become a symbol for those pushing for self-determination, but also a figure of controversy for the Nigerian government and security agencies. After fleeing Nigeria while on bail in 2017, Kanu was later apprehended in Kenya in 2021 and extradited back to Nigeria. Since then, his trial has drawn international attention. He faces multiple charges, including terrorism, unlawful possession of weapons, and broadcasting falsehoods intended to incite public unrest. Many Nigerians have been following the proceedings closely, often divided on whether he is a freedom fighter or a destabilizing force. Now, in today's court session, his decision to waive his defense and withdraw the plans to call 23 witnesses, including 2 Americans, was entirely unexpected. Normally, defendants present evidence and witnesses to counter prosecution claims, but Kanu has chosen a different path. He is challenging the court itself, asserting that the legal foundation for the charges is fundamentally flawed. As you can imagine, this decision has sparked intense reactions across Nigeria. In the southeastern states, where support for IPOB is strongest, protests erupted almost immediately. Crowds took to the streets, waving banners and chanting, demanding justice for Kanu. Authorities responded with tear gas, roadblocks, and heightened security measures, which only fueled the tension further. Even here on the channel, we've been reading your comments, and many of you are asking, what does this mean for the trial and for the country as a whole? Well, legally speaking, when a defendant refuses to defend themselves, the court is still required to proceed with the prosecution's case. Justice Omotosho has instructed Kanu to submit a written brief outlining his positions and cautioned him to consult his legal team on the consequences of foregoing a defense. This means the case will continue, but the courtroom drama is far from over. Let's pause here for a moment. If you're following this live, I want you to take a moment and like this video if you haven't already, and don't forget to subscribe. You're going to want updates as this story unfolds because it's far from finished. Historically, Nnamdi Kanu has had a knack for dramatic courtroom moments. Previous hearings were marked by tense exchanges with prosecutors, interruptions, and fiery statements that made headlines across Nigeria and internationally. Today, he has taken it to another level. By not presenting a defense, he is signaling that he does not recognize the authority of the court in this matter, or at least he wants to challenge it publicly. This move also has wider implications for Nigeria's legal system. It raises questions about how the courts handle high-profile political cases and how the state manages public perception during trials that touch on sensitive ethnic and political issues. For some, Kanu's actions are seen as a courageous stand against what they perceive as injustice. For others, it's a reckless maneuver that could destabilize an already tense region. Internationally, observers are watching closely. Human rights groups have raised concerns about his extradition from Kenya, calling it potentially unlawful. Legal experts have suggested that Kanu's refusal to present a defense could lead to appeals, delays, and even international scrutiny of Nigeria's judicial processes. We also spoke to political analysts who suggest that this could be a calculated strategy by Kanu. By refusing to participate, he keeps the media spotlight firmly on himself and his cause, drawing attention to IPOB's grievances and the historical context of the southeastern region. This isn't just courtroom drama. It's a carefully staged moment in a long, ongoing political struggle. So, what happens next? The court has adjourned the trial until November 4th, 2025. That gives both sides, prosecution and defense, time to prepare for the next phase. But with Kanu's unexpected decision today, everything is unpredictable. There could be more protests, more tension, and certainly more headlines. Before we continue, I want to remind everyone again to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Kanu's decision to waive his defense is a brave stand or a dangerous gamble? I'll be reading your opinions and we'll dive into them as we move forward.